RL shoppers are opting to go online, use their mobile phones instead of going to physical stores. To Shopify Chief Operating Officer Harvey Finkelstein on all of this. Harvey, what is going on here? I mean, when you hear that, we're up about 16 to 18% in online buying than we were last year at this time, and traditional department store buying is down about 3 to 4%. The one thing that's undeniable is that we're buying more than we were last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. What we're seeing is, this is a story of entrepreneurs and small businesses having an incredible holiday season. From Black Friday through to Cyber Monday, we, just on our platform alone, we have about 500,000 stores on the Shopify platform, and we saw over $1 billion of GMV go through our platform.
Now, remember, GMV? What is GMV?
Gross merchandise volume, so amount of sales on the platform. What's important to understand, though, is if you look at the majority of our merchants, most merchants on Shopify are entrepreneurs and small businesses. And so seeing these small businesses really compete with some of the hegemony big retailers is pretty incredible. You mentioned mobile earlier on the show. That's another trend we're seeing. In the past, we saw a lot of people that were browsing on their mobile device, but we're actually seeing transactions now catch up. And so 64% of the GMV or the sales on our platform in the last 4 days happen on a mobile device. That's up about 10% year over year from last year.
So you're actually closing it or buying it on your device.
That's exactly right, which is different. In the past, what happened is you used to browse, you would peruse, and maybe find products. But I think what's happening is the technology is getting really great, that it's almost easier to transact on a mobile device than it is on a desktop. And so, for example, with something like Shopify Pay, with a couple clicks and just using your cell phone number, you can complete your entire purchase. And so we're certainly seeing mobile leading the charge. But I think this is a story of entrepreneurship on the rise, really around retail. And what's happened is the technology has gotten so good and so inexpensive that anyone who has an idea can actually commercialize that idea in a way that wasn't even possible 10 years ago. And that's what we're really proud of this holiday season.
You know what's interesting, too, Arlie? I think people are smarter now, and they don't really necessarily have to be much smarter because the technology kind of does the smart thing for them. It used to be if you just wanted the convenience, you went ahead and risked paying more for something. But now, if you're just familiar with a product and want to do a comparison shop, that's easy to do. And if you want to know where what you want is, that's much easier to do.
That's right. So it's two-sided. I think on the consumer side, we really believe the future of retail is all about consumer choice. Consumers want to transact in the way that's most convenient for them. And a lot of us are on the go using our cell phones and our smartphones. And so consumer preference is certainly important. But the flip side of it is that these small businesses, these entrepreneurs that 10 years ago simply couldn't afford to build their own online business, can now do so for as little as $29 a month using Shopify. And so we're very bullish on what's happening with retail. We think retail is going through this incredible revolution, but we think that small business and entrepreneurs are really behind it.
Yeah, I saw Mall Santa on a smartphone. It was probably sending in orders to the North Pole, but it was like, wow, this is surreal, you know?
It's really good, and it's only getting better. But what's really cool also to know is that on our peak, what we saw over the weekend, at Shopify's peak, we saw over $1 million in a minute. Being transacted on the platform, or 7,000 orders per minute. And again, when you talk about small businesses, usually you hear those numbers in relation to a Walmart or an Amazon. But we're talking about small businesses on our platform that are doing incredible sales, and technology is helping it. But there's certainly something happening right now with SMBs and entrepreneurs, and Shopify loves that.